Hey folks, Dave here, and welcome to the frozen apocalyptic world of Frostpunk. This is a city builder strategy survival game, and I'm just diving in here and having a blast so far. It is really polished and an absolutely fascinating concept. I'm going to start a new game here with you guys and show you what this game has to offer as you take your small band of survivors out into the frozen north and attempt to build one last survival city before everyone is completely wiped out by this new ice age. Let's dive in and take a look.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
And here we go, guys. We've traveled from London to the far north. We've got to figure out who has survived the journey out there in the storm, see if we're the only ones, and do what we can to survive. Got to gather up coal and get our generator started. This was going to be an attempt by the old world to keep people alive, but we've got to find coal to feed it. Now to start out, so you guys can see we've got some resources here that was left behind by whatever party built this location. So I'm going to assign some workers. Let's do 10 workers for that coal pile. And 7 workers for that one. That's a cool depth of field effect right there on the edge of the terrain. I also want to start gathering wood because we're going to have to build things to keep our settlers alive. Some metal as well. Got a big pile of steel wreckage. I'll leave 8 workers for building. This is so neat how they actually trudge out into the snow, leaving their tracks behind and carrying lanterns. I'm getting cold just watching this. What an atmospheric game. The music is fantastic as well. Much like this developer's previous work, This War of Mine, all of your settlers have a name and a bit of history. You can see we've got A lot of kids here. No orphans, it looks like. Everyone's got parents. For now. Grim, but true. Here's some settlers that have no family. They are alone in this world. Even that description, alone in this world, is just so grim. And there's our stockpile right here. Got 100 raw food left, so we've managed to keep some rations as we headed up north, it looks like. Everyone's gathering up the coal. We've got basically one fire barrel to help with the job. Okay. I've already got a handle on the basics here, so I'm not going to read that tutorial. We've got our central generator here, which is currently, of course, turned off. And you guys can see here we've got options for how much heat it generates. So we need a certain level of coal storage just to get to level 1 and get it fired up. Okay, our wood's up to 57. Got some discontent from the citizens' lack of shelter. Got enough wood to build some tents. But I'm going to actually wait until the generator is fired up, because it'll melt some snow and make things a bit easier. Currently about 3:30. Let's fast forward time. I think it's time, guys. Do we have 6 coal yet? I think we have enough. And we're gonna fire it up there. Some of the snow is melting. If you guys don't have this video set to 1440p and your device supports it, definitely crank up the resolution and see all the detail in this game, because it looks amazing. It's all kinds of tiny effects that really make the world feel, well, both dead and alive at the same time, I guess, but just tons of small detail. It looks fantastic.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
So that's going to end things for the night. Housing problem, no roof over our heads. I'm going to provide some shelter for up to 40 people, rather than saying I'll do it for all 80. That'll provide some contentment, but not as much as if I had promised to provide shelter for all 80, and then actually managed to pull it off. I'm still getting a handle on how this is going to work, so I didn't want to over-promise here at the start. Okay. Now I think in free time they're still going to build some. Yeah. There they go. Word of advice, the wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember, people usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. Makes sense to me. I imagine that, much like this war of mine, we're going to have some tough choices to make the further we get. Okay, it's currently 10:30, still in free time, but they're still working away, building some shelter for the night. It's pretty responsible of them. Still got 50 homeless. Let's fast forward time here. Shelter promise fulfilled. There we go. Hope rises. Still got 20 people that are homeless, but we've got some lanterns up now, and hey, people are warm at least. They got some campfires going. can see who lives in which tent section. Oh, nice. There's our temperature overlay. I was wondering where that was. So the orange is just livable. Very low risk of getting ill. Temperature plays a huge part in keeping your population healthy. And then red is, of course, comfortable. This game has such a slick presentation. It's fantastic. I believe we can hit our generator and see, yeah, actually hover over the coal and see what we've got left. About 21 hours left. I want to increase how many people we have gathering wood. I really want to build a healthcare center. First level is going to be a medical post. The sick can be treated safely, and the gravely ill can receive radical treatment. So the radical treatment law allows you to treat the gravely ill in medical posts, the small outposts, but some of them will be left as amputees, and I imagine that's going to make them essentially a drain on society. Sustain life allows you to keep the gravely ill alive, but untreated in medical posts or care houses indefinitely, and a infirmary allows us to actually cure people who are gravely ill. So I'm going to fast forward through night here. We're arriving at 5 a.m. We've got free time coming up. We've got 10 homeless people and a few sick people, but no one's gravely sick. Got people complaining about having to go to work. What else are you gonna do? Critical shortage. So we can sign an emergency shift law that will force people to work for 24 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and sign that one.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Work, work, work until you die. 24 hours on the job? Insane, but that's our lot. I love the announcer who rings the bell. So, again, I'm just kind of testing the waters here to see how the emergency laws work, but that'll also get us enough wood, hopefully, to get that medical post built. Yeah, temporary modifiers for discontent. Controversial law. Oh man, I just love watching him go out into the snow. That is just depressing.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
8 a.m., officially the start of work. Building abilities. Looks like the warmth of different structures will affect how well they produce resources, it looks like. I can also swap work shifts to extend people's work hours. Do 6 to 10. Oh man. We've still got some more coal stockpiling to do. We need to get up to 200, it looks like. I'm gonna get less people working on the steel over here, and more people working at the coal and the wood. We've got 3 people idle. So we'll get the idle people working to get some wood so we can possibly build that medical shelter tonight on the second day. See, we've already got 2 sick people. Don't want that to get worse. Oh yeah, cost is 25 wood. We can go ahead and build that. I'll put it next to the stockpile. Let me just go ahead and send those 5 people who were going to work at the woodpile back. They're just getting yanked back and forth here. And I think we have enough wood to go ahead and get that next section of tents up. And that should be enough tents at this point to get everyone out of the cold and into some basic shelter at least. There we go. We've stockpiled all of the coal. Food assignment. The generator hums with a reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Build a hunter's hut or a hothouse. Ooh, let's see what those are. Slow time down for a minute too. Hunters based here at the hunter's hut hunt every night, venturing beyond the city to track their prey in the frozen wasteland. They provide up to 15 raw food per day. And then the cookhouse, well, that turns the food, raw food, into rations. So we've really got to start with the hunter's hut. I'm going to build that one street back. And the cookhouse is going to take 20 wood. I'm not sure if I have to leave alleyways, so for now I'll just leave a slight one. We've got a store of 260 coal, but we're burning 240 a day on the lowest level of the generator. And that's already it for the second day. It is funny that people can work on building structures in their free time. Hunters, you unlocked a new building ability by signing a law. It can affect society in many ways. Each has a cooldown, and many also a cost. At least these basic structures are pretty fast to build. We're going to have the hut here set up very quickly. There we go. And already covered in snow. Requires at least 1 workers. Okay. People from our convoy. With basic resources secured, we can rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. Oh man. For any true city builder game, especially this one combined with a survival game, our tasks are going to really start piling up. So let's get 2 food prep people and 3 hunters going. That'll get us 3 raw food per day. Let's actually say, yeah, 5. 5 hunters, 2 cooks. Inoperative, not adjacent to street. Tech, we can build a workshop. And that's going to require really cranking up the heat because we need several levels of building. How's our economy looking? We're in the green for the generator, but that's going to be gone pretty soon. let's speed up their free time. I can now introduce a new law. I guess our 24 hours of work is now over. Got more coal piles there. And it is morning again. Okay, I have to research Steam level 2. Looks like I can dismantle a building. Possibly get that area back to put a structure in. Build some new tents there. We're getting short on resources. Our needs are great and growing by the hour. We're not going to extend working hours again. Got 3 sick people. Oh, whoops, I forgot to assign a medic. Let's get 2 medics going. Nice, so recovery time's about 3 days for our slightly sick folks.
Move! Time to get to work.
Do we have to... Oh, we have to expand the streets. Okay. Build street. That's how that works. Oh, nice. That'll make our resource gathering more efficient. That makes sense. I'm gonna make these first streets as even as possible. Oh, we're out of wood. Don't want to cut off any room that we might need for houses on this first rung of the city, because that is going to be the warmest rung of the city. Don't want to waste a single tile of room. Okay, the cookhouse is operational thanks to the street. What kind of massive crash was this? Okay. Once we get a bit more wood, I'm going to extend a street out maybe in this direction. Take a look at our temperature here. Okay, livable. And on that outer rung, I'm going to place our workshop, which is going to need a nice chunk of room right there. Where's our population? I feel like it's above 80 now. I'm not sure. And there's our workshop. Very Victorian steampunk right there. Looks awesome. Research goal not set. Requires at least 1 worker. 13 available. Food and hunger. Okay, we've got some hungry people. Might have to increase the amount of hunters. Okay, so the main purpose of the streets is actually the steam connection to the generator, not necessarily the street itself. That makes sense. Tech tree. You can boost research speed by building several workshops. Research is grouped into tiers, okay? Makes sense. And lastly, what was that last bit? Weather changes. The temperature in the city is constantly changing. Pay close attention to the forecast for the next 5 days that is shown to the right of the temperature at the top of the screen. Oh, okay. So we've got a 2-level temperature drop coming up tomorrow, and then a rise in temperatures in a couple of days. Okay, add new research. Heaters allows the use of heaters to heat workplaces during working hours. Consumes 1 coal per hour when running. Let's research that, especially with so much work going on. All that resource gathering. We're getting some food rations in now. Let's get 2 more hunters, 2 engineers, and another cook. Probably have 1 less person working on the steel over there. Oh, it's awesome how the tracks in the snow are left behind, and then it slowly gets covered up again. I am wondering, where does our coal come from once these stockpiles are gone? Got some frozen trees too, which we can gather up with a stockpile. With a sawmill, actually. Okay, we've got 4 people being treated at the medical center. Food processing. We are losing rations per day. Can we lower everyone's rations? I assume you can lower rations, but I don't think we need to just yet. $7 a.m.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Back to work. And here comes the cold. Negative 40 degrees Celsius. Thankfully, a lot of our working parties here have
Move. Time to get to work.
roads to go down. Guess next up we're going to build our beacon. Make sure the research is going there. Where is the beacon? We might have to research that. Aha, right there, the beacon. So once heaters are complete, we'll build the beacon next. We'll research the beacon, then build it. Coal thumper. By pumping pressurized water into underground coal deposits, the coal thumper washes the precious resource to the surface, forming a pile for each workday. Nice. We can run the generator in overdrive. Oh, it stresses it and it will explode if you don't turn it back off. let's turn it onto overdrive just for a bit during this cold snap. Yeah, the outer buildings are quite chilly. Can't imagine how hot that thing would be up close. Like if you were climbing on these ladders right here. People from our convoy. Family torn apart. A woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure that they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team that we'll send out. We'll do what we can. Let's watch that pressure. It's neat because the overdrive does not stress or does not increase your coal consumption, from what I can tell. It just does stress things out. Mild frostbite, a citizen became gravely ill. Coal pile depleted. Oh no. That first coal pile is done for. Put all you guys into that coal pile next. We have complaints of frostbite. I'm going to essentially ignore the complaint for now. It's just a temporary cold snap. It'll be over by tomorrow. I think we'll be okay. I do want to watch that stress test though. 15%. I'm going to stop at 20. This is our first nasty cold snap. In fact, let's stop it at 18. Okay. And does the stress go back down? Yes, it does. Alright. One of our people is gravely ill. So that gives us the option of amputations under radical treatment, but sustaining life will just keep them alive and taking up resources until we build a full infirmary. Guys, I'm gonna try for sustain life. Yep, the gravely ill
A new law has passed.
are going to be kept alive. I'm gonna try and not just start chopping off limbs. Wow, they're all complaining about it. Why take up all the beds? They can't be helped. Why give them false hope? Way to be downers, guys. We got a bunch of people available for being hunters now, so let's get some more food stuff coming in. Get people going on gathering some wood. A few more gathering steel as well. The music is so sad.
Workday ends. It's off time.
Well, seeing we have plenty of resources, I want to get research done faster. Let's build 2 workshops side by side. Crank the speed up here. That was quick. Give them a number of researchers. Let's get 5 per building. And do we have another coal pile going? Oh no, we don't. Well, that's got to be fixed. Oh wait, yeah, it's 15 assigned to that coal pile. We're good. We'll just focus on that one for now. Onward to morning. 8 sick, 1 gravely. Yeah, it got cold. We're still at negative 40 degrees Celsius. Let's run things on overdrive for a bit longer. We still just have the one gravely ill. So I think we're going to be okay with deciding to actually keep people around instead of just chopping them up. Steel wreckage depleted. Heaters researched. Okay, how do we actually use heaters? Not entirely sure. See if the description has something. First, let's get things started on beacon. 7 hours of research required. Okay. We might not have to actually manually build heaters. Could be automatic. I don't know though. It is quite cold at this coal pile. Look at these guys trudging. Everyone's pretty healthy at least. There's a bunch of kids in this settlement that could be working away. That's what RangerDave would do. Fallout. Put those kids to work. Too cold at the cookhouse. Cooldown 2 days. What? That's not going to work, guys. We need our food. Would building a second street help keep it warm, I wonder? Let's connect some more streets and see. Yep, because our rations are going to be in real bad shape here very, very quickly. Got 3 people who are gravely ill now, too. Oh, and we're already on overdrive. I almost forgot that, guys. I wonder if I could... build a cookhouse that's a bit closer to the center. A second one. Not without destroying someone's tents. Sorry, guys. Everyone needs to eat. Someone's gonna get moved out a little bit further away from the generator. It's unfortunately just how it's gotta work. Alright, new cookhouse. We've got 10 homeless now as well. We can also build our beacon. We have just enough resources to go ahead and go for it. And I need to replace that missing tent as well.
Workday ends. It's off time.
Let's get a street set up here. And once we get 10 wood once again, we can actually place someone's tent. More sick beds are needed. Alright, I'll open a new medical post. Overdrive's at 53% on the generator. Don't want to forget that. Yeah, guys, this is gonna be real tricky. Beacon built. Hope no one's actually up in that balloon. That would be freezing. Ooh, a world map. Lost Expedition. Observatory. Observatory built by the Royal Society to investigate the eternal winter. There's smoke over it. Send scouts. Alright, overdrive off. We're at 60%. 10 homeless people right now. And we're still at negative 40 on the temperature. But hey, we've got multiple mess halls now. Ready to search for people from our convoy. Volunteers have lined up, eager to go looking for our lost people in Frostland. So, objective is to rescue 20 survivors of the lost expedition. Can't forget, I need to build that medical post. And also tents for our homeless people because I bulldozed their house. I'm gonna get 15 of you guys gathering wood from those crates. Got one steam core. That's interesting. What is that? Building some streets. Oh, technology research. Steam hub. Contraptions create smaller additional heat zones around them. Not enough wood to start research. Okay. Coal thumper. Need wood to start research there too. So basically, let's fast forward to morning and get a bunch of people gathering up wood. Got a mine, a coal mine over here. 2 hungry, 0 starving as well. Oh, we're gonna want to build a gathering post or something. Oh, a sawmill to get those trees. Okay, with 10 wood, we can build a sawmill. I need to build that while we still have wood to use. Up to 5, gravely sick now. This person is on the brink of death. There we go, it's warming up. So our food production should speed up as well. Even at the old cookhouse.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Okay, first things first. Let's get that tent set up. Can we? Oh, something took up wood again. There we go. Basic tent. I'll put you back here. It's gonna be cold, but... Oh yeah, it's still negative 30 back here. Hunters, what are you doing? I've got 15 of you out there. Where's our raw food? One of our people died. Day 6 from our arrival, one of our people died. Lack of treatment. Word of advice on the first death. Oh, we have to dispose of the body. Cemetery establishes a burial ground. Hope will rise slightly. There'll be no risk of disease from unburied bodies, but it'll keep people from work for a few hours, and you have to establish a settlement or a cemetery. Corpse disposal. Keep bodies out of the heat zone and cover them with snow, which will halt their decay. Hope will fall, and discontent will rise. It will preserve bodies for future use, though. I wonder if that would include fuel. Yeah, we're gonna go for the snow
Listen,
hole
everyone.
for bodies.
New law is signed.
Snow pit. It's gotta be placed way outside of the heat zone. We'll do it back here. Okay, building here will destroy resources. Gotcha. So out here looks like a good option, and we're gonna have to, of course, build a street to get to the snow pit. I think we have to build a street. Okay, research.
Workday
Sawmill first.
is off.
Start on that research. Wait, it's already free time. We've got lots of food rations now, so thankfully both of our cookhouses are at full tilt. Hunter's hut is looking good too. Everybody's warm now. For the most part. The tents in the back here are a bit chilly, but hey, everyone's got shelter now, right? Not sure why my workshop has a build streets icon on top of it, but might just be because it only has the one street next to it. Well guys, we're running low on time for this first look at Frostpunk, but that's some good progress. We've got a lot of people gravely sick, but our food supply should actually be increasing now. I may build a second hunter's hut on one of the outer spokes here. What else can we do as we wind things down? Got folks building out to the snow pit. Let's look at our scouting party. We're going to need 23 wood and 5 workers for the scouting party. We'll get to that point, and I think we'll call it for today. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments what you think of the game. I've been very impressed so far. It's a pretty natural next game for this studio after this war of mine. Really fantastic idea and pretty awesome execution as well. Very fun, very intense, and, well, more than intense, it's just tense and grim. Very, very fun so far. I'm tempted to enact that 24-hour work shift again, but we can wait. We'll just fast forward. It's free time. These guys better be sleeping. Got 13 gravely ill. Oh! The medical facility, the second one. Ah, I almost forgot. We need 25 wood for that as well. Come on, guys. Back to work, medical post.
The work shift starts.
I think I still have one full day to complete this one. So that was a bit close. We can enact laws once again. Sawmill's almost complete. 0 available workers. No one's working at the hunter's hut. Why? Well, that's the new one, I believe. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Second death. Discontent is continuing to rise. Let's get someone working at the second healthcare center. Have to lower our research just a bit. Hope rises. Healthcare promise fulfilled. That building's got to be pretty chilly, though. Yeah, so it's not great healthcare. Okay. Technology complete. Sawmill. I think Coal Thumper might need to be the next one. No, Steam Hub. Definitely Steam Hub. Just because we've already gone so far out of the center of our circle here. We need 5 citizens available for that scouting party. And again, I think that's where we're going to stop for today. I hear protesting. We've got a freeze coming up in a few days as well. Medical post. Where else can we get people away from? We've got so many in medical treatment right now. Where are you guys going? need 5 available. Let's take some away from the hunters' huts. And get that scout team started. Let's go for the Lost Expedition. 11 hours to arrive. I'm going to go ahead and head out even at night before this next big frost gets here. That seems the most responsible choice. Urgent need for treatment, healthcare protest. Number of untreated sick keeps rising. I promise the sick will be treated. I mean, we have the new medical facility going. We're just going to have to take a few of our engineers away from research and put them on helping the sick. So yeah, guys, our expedition is heading out. So we're going to end things here for today, and next time we'll take a look, see what that expedition finds. They should actually arrive at that Lost Expedition in the middle of the day, so they might even make it back before nightfall. We'll see. For now, hope you guys enjoyed this first look at Frostpunk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.